What is going on, everyone? It is Jamon McKinney, aka Juice, checking in with you guys right here. I do regret the fact that I recorded this video roughly about 3 days ago, and I'm just now releasing it because yesterday we just found out that Russell Westbrook has a condition that everyone is sort of aware about. If you have not been hiding underneath a rock, I cannot announce the name of that condition that Russell Westbrook is dealing with simply because of advertising purposes for the show and the YouTube algorithm and things of that nature. But everyone knows about the news as far as Russell Westbrook goes. I do wish him a speedy recovery. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am a little bit lower on this Rockets team based on this news about Russell Westbrook right here. So just take into account that this video is pretty much at the moment now me assuming that Westbrook comes back within the 8 to 14 day quarantine period, that he, gets a speedy recovery and that he's ready to go come playoff time. This is me assuming that is the case. So this video is just based on the best case scenario for the Houston Rockets because I do believe this team is still very talented. I like this team a lot. Am I much lower on this team now due to the fact that Russell Westbrook is dealing with this issue? Yes, I am, but I still feel confident about this team, and I still want to share this video and breakdown of the Houston Rockets as to why they can win the NBA championship. Just wanted to get this little message to you guys out there before this video officially starts, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I apologize for not releasing the video at the time that I actually recorded it, but you guys get it now. Hope you enjoy. What is going on, everyone? My name is Jamon McKinney, or you can just call me Juice, because that is my nickname. I would not be shocked if the Houston Rockets win the NBA championship in 2020. This was the team that I actually picked to win the NBA championship at the very start of the season. I believed that they were going to have the best record in basketball. I believed that Russell Westbrook and James Harden were a match made in heaven. And I felt that the Lakers and Clippers would be very good, but I felt that with all their new moving parts, they would kind of struggle in the regular season. And Houston, who historically, the last couple of years, has been a team that's been very good in the regular season, will pile up a lot of wins, and they would have home court advantage throughout the playoffs. And that's the reason why I felt that they were going to win the championship. Best record, they would have all the games in Houston that would matter the most. And I felt that James Harden and Russell Westbrook were going to be motivated and that they were due for a championship. Now, so far, teams like the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Bucks have had better seasons so far than the Rockets. The Rockets right now, they're 6th in the Western Conference, okay? But I still believe in this team. I really do. I'm not saying that Houston is going to officially win the championship. I feel less confident in saying that than I did when I actually made that prediction, okay? But I think that Houston is one of the few teams that really, really benefits from this pandemic and this layoff. No team in the NBA is going to have home court advantage throughout this entire process outside of the Orlando Magic, who to me are not good enough to win the championship. The bubble is being played in Orlando at the moment, and I'm sorry, Orlando Magic, but you're not winning the championship, okay? No team is going to have home court. That matters because Houston, the way things are looking based on the record, they would have to go to Los Angeles for a Game 7 potentially, or to Utah, Denver, wherever you want, whatever team you were thinking of, Milwaukee or Boston, for a Game 7. That's no longer the case. And I believe with this pandemic, unpredictability is going to be at a premium. A lot of guys, I think, are going to be out of shape. There's reports that Chris Middleton has not picked up a basketball in literally 3 months. And I believe there's going to be a lot of sloppy play. And I personally think that not a whole lot of defense is going to be being played, which means teams are going to have to score a bunch of points. the teams that have very strong offenses are going to be rewarded the most during this pandemic. And see, the thing that I like about Houston is that definitely caters to them, because offensively, I can't name a team in basketball that has more firepower when they're at their best than the Houston Rockets. And the thing about Houston that I like is that they have an identity. They know who they are, they're great on offense, and they have experience. I believe the teams heading into this bubble that actually have an identity, that are very strong offensively, and have experience are going to benefit the most. Houston, they committed to small ball before the pandemic took place, before this whole hiatus took place. They know what they are. Robert Covington got traded to the team for a reason. They committed to the 5-and-out lineup. They are going to try to outscore you. They're going to isolate, they're going to penetrate, they're going to shoot a bunch of threes. And James Harden and Russell Westbrook, last time we saw them play together, excuse me, before this whole pandemic hit, they were amazing. Russell Westbrook was playing like an MVP candidate. James Harden was playing like an MVP candidate. And this team was clicking. And see, Houston knows what they are, like I said. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, score a bunch of points. And now, guess what? James Harden and Russell Westbrook have had 3 months of rest to really fully charge up and to get rejuvenated. What has been the biggest knock on James Harden and Russell Westbrook their entire career? They're not as efficient in the playoffs, and down the stretch, they kind of seem worn down due to the fact that they go all out in the regular season. That's been a big knock on them from some media pundits. Well, guess what? Now this team has 3 months of rest. Russell Westbrook, who already you know is in tip-top shape, has 3 extra months of rest to recharge. James Harden, who sometimes seems worn down in the playoffs, is going to be rested. Not to mention this team has veterans. PJ Tucker, Eric Gordon, Jeff Green. They have some veteran players that have a lot of experience. And I do think that younger teams, could find themselves in a bad spot come playoff time. A team like the Denver Nuggets, who are very young and up and coming, I don't give them much of a chance because they rely on home court and they're a young team. Veteran teams, to me, are going to benefit the most from this whole hiatus because veteran players, they would much rather rest their bodies. Young teams like the Denver Nuggets, they just want to keep playing. They don't want to rest. They don't want to lay off. They want that chemistry. They just want to keep on playing. So I think that benefits Houston in that regard too. And also, when I look at teams that can win a championship, I look at, for one, who's your star player and how good is your second option. The reason why the Golden State Warriors were a dynasty was because Kevin Durant was arguably the best player in basketball when he was healthy, and Steph Curry, by his side, was a top 5 player in the NBA. Why are the Clippers going to go far in the playoffs potentially? Because they have Kawhi Leonard, one of the 3 best basketball players in the world, and they have Paul George, one of the 15 to 10 best basketball players in the world. The Lakers, LeBron James, top 3 player in basketball. Anthony Davis, top 5 to 7 player in all basketball. They've got 2 great options. Boston, they've got 3 guys that can score over 20 points per game. James Harden and Russell Westbrook, 2 former scoring champions, 2 former league MVPs. James Harden, to me, is one of the top 5 to 7 players in basketball, and Russell Westbrook was playing like an MVP candidate the last time we saw them. James Harden and Russell Westbrook are capable of winning a championship together. And I believe this could be the year. This could be the year where James Harden and Russell Westbrook are due for a championship. I believe this team has some firepower. They've got some experience, and their players are going to be well rested. Now, what could derail Houston is James Harden and Russell Westbrook struggles in the playoffs. At times, they have struggled in the playoffs in big games, and Mike D'Antoni's coaching. Mike D'Antoni has to make better adjustments. But if this team is on their A game, and if this team gets hot, 4 games out of the best of 7 series, they're going to roll through the NBA playoffs. And I have a weird feeling that James Harden and Russell Westbrook could end up winning an NBA championship this year. Do not be surprised if the Houston Rockets win the NBA championship this year for all the reasons that I mentioned. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out.